Greetings everyone. In this video we are going to look at the GPIO of the 8010 microcontroller. If you look at the pin diagram again, you will see that it has pins labeled PB0, PB1, PB2 up to PB4. PB stands for port B. So you can use pins 0 to 5. Totally there are 6 pins of port B. You can use them as general purpose input output. It also has alternate functions. You can use it as ADC, you can use it as an I2C or SPI, but now we are first going to look at only the GPIO. Before looking at the GPIO registers in detail, we will take a look at the block diagram of the 8010 microcontroller. So if you look at the block diagram, here you can see ALU, general purpose registers, status registers, and all these stuff over here, right? These things constitute the AVR CPU core. It is a general purpose microprocessor, the whole thing over here. A microprocessor consists of ALU, it has general purpose registers, it has a program memory, program counter, instruction register, instruction decoder, status lines, which is similar to the flag register, and then you have data memory, which is the SRAM, stack pointer. So all these things constitute the microprocessor, and the microprocessor used here is called as the AVR microprocessor. It is based on the AVR architecture. You can see that this block diagram doesn't have just a microprocessor, it also has various peripherals. For example, you have timer counter 0, timer counter 1, serial interface, interrupt unit, watchdog timer, MCU control and status registers, ADCs, analog comparator. Then you have port B. 8010 has only one port B. So the microprocessor core along with the various peripherals, this is what constitutes a microcontroller. And this microcontroller that we are looking at is a 8-bit controller, because it has a 8-bit data bus. So it can only read or write 8 bits at a time. And in this lecture we are interested in the IO port of the microcontroller. So it's situated over here. These lines over here marked PB0 to 5, they are the 6 pins of port B. They can be configured to act as input or output depending on how you configure the data direction register of port B, the one over here. So writing a 1 to the data direction register will configure it as a output. Writing a 0 will configure the corresponding bit as input. And if you want to read or write from the ports, for example, you want to write data to a port, your microprocessor will write the data to this 8-bit data bus, and then it will go to the port B data register, and from there it will be transferred to the port B pins. If you want to read data from the pins, what will happen is, whatever is the value of the data in the pins, it will be passed to the port B data register, which will then write it to the 8-bit data bus, and then it will be transferred to the microprocessor over here. So a microcontroller means it is a microprocessor along with peripherals. Okay, So now the next thing we have to do is we need to look at these two registers, the data register of port B and the data direction register of port B. We need to use these two registers if you are going to program it as an output. What we are going to do is we are going to connect an LED to one of the pins of port B. You can choose any pin you want. We are going to connect an LED and we are going to make it change state between high and low. So if the lines connected to port B swings between high and low, the LED will turn on and turn off. That's what we are going to do now. So now to examine these registers, you will have to look at the IO ports over here. So if you click here, you will get something called register description. Click on it, and we are interested in these two registers as we looked at in the block diagram: port B data register and port B data direction register. So the data register is labeled port B and the data direction register is labeled DDR-B. So for example, if I want to connect an LED to pin 4 of port B, so what I need to do is I need to configure pin 4 of the data direction register as output. That can be done by writing a 1 to this position over here. You have to be careful when you are writing values. You should not disturb any of the other values. For example, DDB5, DDB3 and so on. You should not disturb any of these values. You should write 1 only to this position over here. C allows us to do that, and we will see how when you are doing the actual coding. And then after you have configured pin 4 as output, you will have to write a value to port B4, this position, that is position 4 of port B. If you write a 1 here, the pin connected to PB4 will be driven high. If you write a 0 here, the pin connected to PB4 will be driven low, right? And that's how we are going to program this microcontroller, and we are going to turn on and turn off an LED connected to a particular pin of the port B of the microcontroller. In the next video, we will see how to do that. We will get into the actual coding. We will write a code. We will simulate it. There's a tool, free open source tool in Linux, which will allow you to simulate also. So we will do the simulation. We will write the code. We will compile it. We will see how to generate a hex file, Intel hex file, and then we will test it. After that, in the next video after that, what we will do is we will use a software called as AVR Dude, and we will actually program our microcontroller IC and see how it works. Okay, see you in the next video.